Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Today we're back with oxygen not included with the spaced out DLC. Last time around we swerved off a little bit the beaten path and we built an Escher waterfall, but today we're back on track and we are getting ready to colonize another planet. Let's just jump right into it and see how that works out for us. And here we are back in our base exactly as we left off last time. Our Escher waterfall over here is still going strong. Let's take a quick look. We have now about 4.4 tons in there. Yeah, 4.4 tons per tile. That's not bad at all. And it's just going to accumulate until the end of all time. Isn't that great? So the first thing that I want to do is over here is our power brick. Our power brick, yeah, something needs to happen with this thing, that's for sure, because we are out of space. There is nothing left that we can do here. There is literally no more space to build a hell of a lot. So let's get started with putting some stuff in. We're just going to take this tile here. I'm made out of igneous rock. That's okay. We're going to leave a 2 wide space and we're going to come all the way over to here. Then we're going to leave a little bit of space here, 4 wide, of course, as usual, and then come once again over again. And then let's see, can we do it one more time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and a 5th one. There we go. And then we need actually one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here, not down there at the bottom. We will need to build another row. But this one here will have to wait since we have to get rid of this water here first. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them directly to put in those pipes here. That's probably the best thing that we can do anyway. So we're going to come through all this stuff here. We're going to come over here. We're going to come down. Back over, all the way over here, through there, all the way back, not like this here, but we can fix that, all the way down to here, and then right here, straight over, and right around here, we're gonna come back up, and kind of like, come through here like this, just so we don't let the water come over into this empty space here, and we have it nice and accumulated right there. Alright, so this is exactly what we're gonna build here, and I'm gonna give the dig commands right away. There we have it. Wonderful. We're going to get rid of all this stuff here. Here, we're also going to dig out all this stuff here. I'm going to get rid of all of it. We're going to take our ladder. We're going to expand it all the way down to the ground. Also our fire pole. And then last but not least, we might as well take care of the power right away as well. So let's grab us this here. We're going to come all the way to here. All the way to there. All the way to there. And then, of course, also all the way to right here. Great. In between heavy wet joint plates, one here, one here, one here, and one here. That should take care of that problem. And let's get that done. While we're working on our industrial brick, I actually want to send one more dupe over to Mucula, and that one dupe is Joel. Let's take a look to Mucula. Over here we have all sorts of stuff going on that needs to be sorted out. Here comes Joel. Speaking of the devil, wonderful, welcome over here. Up here on the top we have this natural gas geyser that we have to make sure that we get in, as well as we have a cool steam vent here and a cool steam vent there. So there's plenty of oxygen to be had around here. Also plenty of water. We are running low and currently our only oxygen supply is this polluted water down here. That's literally all we are doing. That's it. Then over here we have our volcano, for which I want to make a petroleum boiler eventually. But for that we need a hell of a lot more stuff once again. So first of all, let's get us some sand, because apparently we don't have any. So let's make sure we dig a bunch of stuff up here in space, and then we're going to get into here very soon. Also down here, a little bit of automation probably couldn't hurt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a storage bin right here. I'm going to take this jumbo battery here, and we probably don't need it anyways. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm also going to get rid of this little piece of wire right here. Don't need any of that. I'm just going to put a auto sweeper right there and make sure that this here is getting filled with coal constantly. Let's set it up. Where we at manufactured material, where's consumable ore? There it is. Coal with a priority of 9. We want to make sure that always coal is in there. And then when we go to shipping, we're going to grab us an auto sweeper. Just put it right here. That's all we need to do. Hook it up to power. And here we go. That problem should now be solved. Over here to get into the natural gas, that's the first thing that I want to do to make sure that we actually have enough power available to us whenever we need it. I'm going to just build us our standard or liquid lock. Let's get started right here. We're going to build down, we're going to build back up. We're going to build 2 of those, 1 of these and 1 of those. That should be good enough. Then we're going to dig out all these tiles. We're going to leave this one tile here of coal intact for right now, so the gas can't escape. That would be good. And as soon as we have this here, we're just going to fill it up with water. It's good enough. It's not that hot here. When we take a look in the overview, yeah, it's not a problem at all, as a matter of fact. And just so we have our liquid lock available to us whenever we need it. And here on the bottom, we have so many sweetles. We could just build some sort of contraption, but we really don't have time for that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plop 2 pneumatic doors right here. Behind it, a critter drop-off. And behind that, a butcher station. Simple as that. We're just going to use the modded butcher station once again because it's just so easy. If I already have it, I might as well use it. And even if the mod breaks, it's not that big a deal. That is always important to me with mods that I use, that if the mod breaks tomorrow, it's not going to kill my entire colony. In the critter drop off, we're going to say basically anything, don't really care. Slap everything in there, give it a priority of 6. First, this one here gets a priority of 7. And then we're just going to say wrangle all that stuff that's sitting around here on the right side of our doors. Bring it over there. This one here needs some power. We're going to hook that up right away as well. Just really simple. We're going to come here, hook it up. There we go. Might as well extend this here because we will later need it anyway. So we're just going to come up all the way to right around here. That's okay. And as soon as this here is done, we're just going to say, let's make us some meat. So we have enough food here. And potentially we're going to bring in a forced dupe here very soon. Meanwhile, over here, this entire thing here is built. That is great. That's exactly what that should look like. We're going to mop up over here a little bit. That's okay. And then let's take a look at our overview here. We need to get rid of this connection right here. And now all the water is going through here. We should probably already see the temperature. Yeah, the temperature has moved down quite drastically. But what I'm actually planning on doing is right here, this kind of thing here. We're going to make a couple of those tiles here out of radiant pipes. Yeah, there we are. Just here at the beginning is probably fine. Well, let's do it. These 3 here. Only these 3 here. That should be everything that's needed. As soon as those are radiant and made out of aluminum, we're going to dump all the heat into here, into this pool, and then we're going to get rid of it once it is heated up properly. We should be able to see the effect immediately. We're coming through about 54 degrees and coming out with 23 on the other end. That is great. That's what that should look like. On the bottom, we can directly build a liquid pump. We're just going to plop it somewhere down here. Come up with an insulated pipe. Let's see where we're going to go with it. Just over here. That's fine. Gonna come through here, another bridge right there, and then we just need to come up here and hook it into there. And this here leads straight to our tank. So I'm not gonna hook that one up yet to power. Well, I'm gonna build a power wire, but I'm not gonna hook it up yet. Yeah. First, we're gonna take the heat and we're gonna dump it into there, and that should help us cool down our water on the top a tiny little bit more. And over here, we have 1,000 kilograms in here, and in both of those tiles here, well, gonna put a little bit more in. What we're going to end up with roughly 700 kilograms or so. That's going to be fine, which means we can deconstruct this here, and then we can actually also dig this one here up, and our dupe should be able to walk through there. That's going to be very good. Get rid of it. There we go. Let's build another tile right there just to be safe. And our liquid lock is now established, and I can get started on this ladder here that I told him to do. As soon as we have that, we should be able to move freely around in here. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to build an infinite storage, and we're going to put all this natural gas here into that infinite storage. That is going to be the first step, and then we're going to take off the natural geyser here on top. And they're going to start building right now. And the problem is that our stress is going to go up quite drastically until we have this accomplished here. So let me pause the game, and then we're going to plop it in right away. So let's start with insulated tiles, and let's see how far over can we go and how far down can we go. I want to leave 2 here. Let's see what makes the most sense. What makes the most sense? Probably if I'm going to go right here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's another one. 5. Here's another one. So we should probably build it somewhere in this general height right here. That's going to be good. That's how we're going to do this. So we're going to come from here. We're going to come up. These 3 right here. That should be all right. Let's see. Nope. We need 1 more. Right here, we're going to come over. Right here, we're going to come over. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles right here, and an 8th right there. Look at this. Fits perfectly right where the ladder is. Yeah, that's exactly what that should look like. This tile here, of course, should not be there. And then we're going to dig all this stuff here out. Just like that. That's going to be great. And that's how we're going to handle this. We'll start plopping in the rest of the infrastructure. We're going to put our standard 4 gas vents in here. And then right above that, we're going to put our standard 2 gas pumps, just like this. And then to get it all going, we of course need a bottle emptier that we're going to pop right there. By now you have seen it, how we built these here. So probably not going to go too deep into detail. I have a couple of videos of how to build these, so that's going to be good. Currently we have new printables available, so let's take a look. Do we have a good dupe here? Supplying dupe, cannot do researching, increased germ resistance. That would be okay, actually. What else do we have here? Frankie, researching, 5 science, narcoleptic, passive speed, not that good. Machinery operating, not that good. It's either going to be Hassan right here or it's going to be plastic. That's the bigger question. We do have plastic and we can get more of it whenever we want though. I made my decision. We are going to go here with Eric. Eric, welcome to the game, one of my newest YouTube members. Thank you very much for supporting me directly through a YouTube membership, and welcome aboard over here in Mucola. You're going to help us make this place great. So let's see where we at. Okay, Leafy's over here still building away on our infinite storage. Yeah, that's the first thing that needs to come up. We don't have a choice. That has to happen. We're here on this hand here. I have started digging towards the cool steam vent. We're going to do something very similar that we did on the other map. We're going to do it actually extremely similar, to be very precise. Let's take a look at our blueprints. Not a new one, but a used one. We have this storage here. We have bedrooms. We have random piping. Not entirely sure what that is. Let's see. Where do we have our spawn unit? Here we have it. This is our standard spawn setup. Everyone has seen it by now. Not a big deal. We just need to find a place where we can slap that bad boy. And that place is probably going to be somewhere up here, be quite honest with you. I'm probably going to work right where we are right now. A little bit of chlorine's going to escape. That's all fine though. That's all not a big problem. Let's see. What makes the most sense? Yes, right here. That's where we're going to plop this thing down. A few materials here are missing that we don't have, but also that is okay. And let's make sure that everything in the vicinity of it gets dug out and that gets built as well. Our number one priority remains this over here, but we are looking good. We are certainly getting there. Meanwhile, over here, this water is now up to, what, 7 degrees, 8 degrees, 9 degrees in the highest points, and at the lowest point at 1.7 degrees. I think it is time to start this pump here up and actually get rid of this water. But it's going to be pretty easy and straightforward. We're just going to grab a conductive wire and hook it up, and it's going to start pumping immediately. All that's left to do at this point is to take a normal pipe and come through here with a normal pipe, replace those pipes here with normal ones so the heat does not get just thrown out into nothingness. Meanwhile, up here on the top, I think it is time for Serenity to say goodbye and be reborn like a phoenix from the ashes. We're gonna get rid of all of these here, and we're gonna actually replicate this very rocket here on the right. Instead of a rover's module though, what we're gonna slap in there is gonna be a, what is that thing called? Let me take a look because I've forgotten, not gonna lie about it. A trailblazer module, so we can actually land a dupe on another planet. So that is of course the end goal of what we are trying to accomplish. So that's what we're going to build over here on the left side as well. Over here in our Nostromo rocket, what I also want to do is, let's see, in here I want to say 80% at least. Yeah, that should be okay. Edible with a number 9 priority. Let's bring us some food, and as soon as we have some food, we're going to launch this rocket here back up to our new planet. What is that planet called? Let's take a look into the star map. Over here, Grossano. Currently we cannot oversee it because we have never been in orbit. So we're going to get in orbit probably over here somewhere as far as we can go and try to at the same time uncover some more stuff. So maybe this one here is a better planet than this one. I don't know. There's only one way to find out. We need to take a look at it. And that's exactly what we are planning on doing here. 6,000 calories, just bring me a tiny little bit more and we are ready to roll. And now we have 25,000 calories in there. That is more than enough. So let's head back to Bierstein and let's grab our rocket, say change the destination. How far can we go? 5 tiles. That's exactly how far we will go. So we're going to go right there and we're going to go big in the launch sequence right away. Let's see. Where is JSMSJ? I believe he's our pilot over here, isn't he? Come on, come over here. And there's JSMSJ and we are launching our rocket. This one here can now be reduced to 0. Come on, to 0. And JSMSJ, you can now happily take off your suit. Good. The star map, we can see we're moving, and that should now do all its thing all by itself. Good. Meanwhile, over here, we can start building a new rocket. We, of course, going to build it with a small petroleum engine. We're going to make it out of iron. That is okay. On top of that, we're going to plop a spacefarer module, which is also fine. Not a big problem. On top of that, a battery module. On top of that, a trailblazer module. On top of that, a small solid oxidizer tank. Above that, we're going to plop a gas cargo canister. We have enough space for a solar panel? No, we don't, because all we have left to do is the nose cone, and that makes us exactly 20 high. Wonderful. So all the stuff needs to be built, and we all gotta get it hooked up. Gotta build the interior of the spacefarer module. We're gonna just copy and paste exactly what we have over here. There's literally not going to be any difference whatsoever, and the only difference is going to be the trailblazer module. That is the important part. We need to be able to colonize another planet. Over here, our electrolyzer I built out of gold. Of course, we don't have gold over here. We haven't found any. There's just none laying around. Thank God we have our conveyor loader over here. We're just going to come in. We're going to say allow manual use. We're going to come all the way down here. Let's see, not refined metals. Metal ores right here. We're gonna say gold amalgam, and our dupe should bring by gold very, very soon. And here comes Dark Fry and Knutki bringing us a ton of that stuff. Quite literally a ton. Wonderful. And we're just gonna send it all over to Mucola. Just as simple as that. That's wonderful. Let's bring a little bit more. Can't have enough of that stuff. Definitely gonna need more anyways for our pump that we're gonna put over there and whatnot. So let's make sure we have plenty. And here we are. Everything's built. Everything's clean. It's time to turn on our bottle emptier and bring over some water. We have a lot of bottle. Number 9. Let's get us one bottle in here. And here comes Eric. Eric's putting us the first 20 kilograms in there. And that's all we will ever need. So as soon as that's in, we're gonna turn it back off. Just like that. And then we're gonna mop once right here. With a number 9 priority though, so it actually gets done. And here we have it. Now it's as simple as taking the insulated tile and build us one by one to trap all the water over here. Then we're gonna close it up and we're gonna fill that thing up with all the natural gas that we have here. Basically create a vacuum. Yeah, that's the idea. Pretty easy and straightforward. And then we're gonna build a nice enclosure about our natural gas geyser right here. And that should be good. And our pump is now built and we're starting to fill up our infinite storage with all the natural gas that is sitting around in here. So let's create a nice vacuum in here. Well, not going to be a vacuum. We can have a little bit of chlorine in here. Not a big deal though. All the natural gas we're certainly going to preserve. Very good. Meanwhile, out on our star map, let's take a look. We have our Rocket 9 orbit. It's probably been there for quite a while, to be honest. Didn't even pay attention. Let's take a look what this planet here looks like. Okay, we have a lot of slime. We have a lot of algae. We have a lot of polluted water. So far, that looks pretty good. What if we go back to the star map and we should have a rover with us? Yes, we do. And we're just going to plop it wherever we find the space. Where does it fit? Over here it fits, but also over there. We're going to plop it down right here. Let's land that thing. And then let's give our rocket here a new destination. Let's bring it back home. Let's go. All right, let's make sure that we actually get that thing down here. And we can immediately see a hell of a lot more. A bunch of puffs. Okay, so here we have something hidden in neutronium. What do we have here? Let's take a look right away. Oh, a tungsten volcano. Well, that would be good to have, that's for sure. All right, that's very good. We can start digging here as well because we have our little rover. So let's make it 4 tiles and let's come all the way across here. I'm just going to use it here to establish a little bit of a base structure. There's not a hell of a lot we can do with the rover, but we can dig all this soft stuff here out, get the sedimentary rock, build us some ladders to go downwards. All that kind of good stuff we can do with our rover. So I'm going to do that here real quick. And then we will definitely have to land a dupe on this planet here eventually. Should be relatively easy to sustain life here. Over here, our new rocket is now completed as well. That is very good. Let's just hook up the basics to it. Not a big problem. We're going to go into plumbing. And of course, we need up here our fuel line. That is highly important. And then, of course, we will also need our water line. Let's see, how can we build this? Probably need to branch off right here. Yeah, that should work. And then we're going to come with an insulated pipe. Once again, just all the way to right there. That is exactly what the others look like. That's what that one should look like as well. Of course, we also need some power for our battery right here. That is also highly important. So let's build that right away as well. Let's grab us a conductive wire, make it out of steel right away. This time we are not going to mess around with it. And we're just going to come straight down to here and make sure that this here is hooked up properly. Very good. Back over here on Mucola, we have now gotten rid of all of our natural gas. It's all in here. Let's see, how much did we get? 56.4 kilograms per tile. That's great. That's what we want. Let's get rid of all the excess stuff that we don't need. That is also pretty important. F7. We don't need any of this here. We don't need any of this here. We don't need any of this here. F2. Don't need any of this here. Don't need any of this here. Let's get rid of it. Let's make sure it doesn't just sit around and cost us, well, basically just valuable resources that we could use for something else. Other than that, the system is for now good to go. We will have to put some cooling in because our water will evaporate if we don't. So that is also pretty important, but we will get that done also one way or another. The good thing is we don't need this liquid lock here anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to deconstruct it and I'm going to let some air flow into here. That should solve most of our problems basically right away with our dupes being stressed and can't breathe and all sorts of stuff when they're in this general area. The last thing that I want to do is lock this door here. We're not going to go back in there. Everything in here is natural gas and that's how that should stay. I don't want to even pick up this phosphor right here. Screw it. We're just going to leave it there. Not going to mess with it. Number 9 priority. Lock it up. Don't ever enter again. The second rocket is back. Nostromo has arrived. Chase SMJ made it safely back to our planet. Not a big problem. I did create a blueprint from the Spacefarer module. Let's take a look into this one here. And if everything works the way I expect it to work, it should be as simple as clicking on here and then lining it up properly and pressing the button. Just like that. Ha, wonderful. And we just have copied over the entire thing. Wonderful. That's what that should look like, and our dupes can build it in a heartbeat. That's great. That's what that should be. Over here, this area is now completed. The water is completely gone. I deconstructed everything that needed to be deconstructed, and I put in the last row of tiles. We could even put in another one, but for right now, that is more than enough. Also added a plastic ladder here on the left side, so our dupes have a little bit more freedom of how they can walk around here. They want to go up on the left? Sure, go ahead, be my guest. So far, our industrial brick over here is growing nicely. More and more stuff is in here. It's at 63 degrees. Where is our water, by the way? I haven't checked in a while. Our water is at 73.8 degrees, so we have so far lost only about 10 degrees. My goodness. Yeah, I mean, if you have literally 38 tons per tile, it might take a little bit. That's just how that goes, I guess. Over here, our rockets. Now we have 3 relatively identical looking rockets, but they all serve a different purpose. This one here is our exploration rocket to discover new things. We have a rover module on board, so we can actually put a rover down when we have to, just like we did a few minutes ago. In the middle here, this is our rocket for research, and on the left, this is going to be our rocket for colonizing. That's going to be good. Let's take a look at the interior. Have we already built anything? Yeah, a few things have been built. Slowly but steadily it's coming together, so that is very good. We're gonna plop on a suit while we're at it. It will just take a little bit of time to get this here actually done. And 3 Dragon is here, building us another piece, our gas vent. Great. Meanwhile, over here on Mucula, we have taken this entire area here that was filled with natural gas. We have emptied the natural gas out. Now it's full of oxygen. Tiny little bit of chlorine left here in the ground, but that will also disappear shortly once we open up this side right here. Not a big problem. We can just vent all this chlorine here out into space. We don't need it. It's all good. And down here, our electrolyzer build. Where is it? There's our electrolyzer build. Looking good. Looking good. Definitely ready to roll. We just gotta hook it up to the water supply over here, and we can use it whenever we want to. But for that, we first need to have some more power supply. I mean, we could start this here since it's a spam, so it's not that big a deal. But it's not on the priority list at the very top right now. We got a bunch of sand. Our overview here down on the bottom, it's not looking that hot, but overall it's okay. Especially when we look in our F1 overview, that's the important one. Wherever our dupes are, they can properly breathe, not a problem. Over on Grossano, I have dug out a little bit more stuff. We can probably keep on digging even more, as a matter of fact. Here, 4 tiles high, we're just gonna keep on going over, and we're gonna get us some more of those resources in that we will need later. Anyways, we have some slime along here. Let's take a look. Our Charm overlay. Well, since we have barely any polluted oxygen here and we are venting that shit out into space anyway, not that big a deal. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to open up a little bit more space here so I can vent out faster. So that problem should solve itself here relatively quickly as well. Not a problem. We are getting there. I can guarantee it. Over here, after digging a tiny little bit more, this area is now ready to be inhabited. We just need to send over our Trailblazer module that will give us 400 kilograms of refined metal. Then we're going to send a little bit more of the exact same metal over here as well with our interplanetary launcher. And with 800 kilograms of it, we can build a rocket platform so we can actually land our rocket. And then we can start colonizing this here with actual dupes. Our rover here has done a great job. Thank you, little rover. But let's take a last look on Bierstein. How we looking on our interior? Has a lot of stuff changed? Oh my god, it's ready to roll. You dupes are so incredibly fast. I love it. The only problem is that up here, our water input is lacking a little bit. I don't think we can reach this, can we? No. We need to get rid of something here. I can get rid of the control station, probably very temporarily. Then put in a single piece of ladder right here. And then our dupes can reach it. Wonderful. Pipe is built. It's deconstructed again. We can go back into rocketry and we can grab our, where you at, the rocket control station. We're going to plop it right here, right now. And we can see that a little bit of water is already coming in. It's not a hell of a lot because the valve is not open, so we gotta turn that on before we take off. But other than that, we are looking golden. This thing here is ready to roll for the next episode, and we can try to get a dupe over there without killing him. I wonder who we're gonna send. Chemster, how you feeling? But that will definitely be something for the next episode and not this one. So in the next episode, we still have a hell of a lot to do. For example, we need to straighten out Mucula, and of course, we also need to send our first dupe to our new planetoid. It's gonna stay interesting, there is no question. But with that, I say thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and comment down below. What do you think about today's episode? Let me know. I'm always happy to hear from you. And with that, I say thank you, and peace.